won't believe what I have just discovered now on this man. We should no longer accept that David Icke is unaware of how Satan is manipulating him. His meddling is foolish, irresponsible, and he will now face the consequences as this true man of God continues to debunk him for the madness he is teaching. 1 Chronicles 10:13, 2 Chronicles 33:6, 1 Samuel 15:23, Revelation 18:23 and 21:8, Galatians 5:19-21, Micah 5:10-12, Acts 19:17-20 and 8:9-13, Isaiah 8:19-22, 19:1-4 and 47:8-14, Leviticus 19:26 and 31, Leviticus 20 verses 6 and 27, Deuteronomy 18:10-12. It is abomination, all craft is bad. Aforementioned, paraphrased. God has zero tolerance for mediums or spiritists. They were stoned to death. So let this be a lesson to any of those meddling with any kind of witchcraft, or these mysterious spirit guides you have summoned. People like me will expose you, alright? And so help me God, you shall be cut off from your people. I am righteous in doing so, despite what many of you airy-fairy, oh, peace man morons might think. You can all get behind me, because you're out of your depth and you know it. Don't Like Icke, Part 3. Icke's Witches. Come on! Now, some of you may remember from my Beatles Exposed videos that I did a video on Yoko Ono, the wife of John Lennon, who was declaring herself as a witch with her albums, and who was quite disturbing. And I said that she was the witch's influence over Lennon. Well, this man David Icke has very close similarities to the New Age movement and John Lennon in terms of his beliefs and what he's been involved in. Now, a while ago, I noticed something. It was probably the most disturbing intro video I'd ever seen. It was so weird and mad, but it was on a while ago, and then I think his newer videos don't include it, but it's still on here. It's still on YouTube. I won't show the video. Personally, I mean, I think he's brainwashing you. There's some subliminals in this video. It's very disturbing, and I think the woman responsible for his intro video is this woman here, Oxnelia. Anyway, I went on her website. Yeah, you can see here, it's in his description, he's recommending this person. Now, I went on here, and this is seriously disturbing. I think she is influencing Icke somehow, you know. He's promoting her website here. And I went through her homepage and the music she does, the music videos. I'm not going to show them because they are very seductive, sensual, and just disturbing. But Yeah, look at this. I'll go through the description here, look. Seeking her best self, the witch chants upon goddess Serpentile to shed her of her old skin, calling out to the goddess through candle-sparking rituals and belly dancing. The goddess grants her desire. Now, the thumbnail for this video does include an image from this, well, a couple of images from this introduction of Ike's. I'm not going to show it because it's disturbing. It's so weird. It's so weird. Very new agey, and well, this guy is revealing to us now that he's deeply involved in the occult. He's promoting this woman's website, who has created his introduction for his YouTube videos, and well, she could very well be a witch, you know. She's written it here, though. It's on this description, and there's some very disturbing videos. So yeah, it's evident now that this guy Ike, he's one of them. He's one of them. Okay. Oh, look at this. Woo. Is that a 666 she's doing with her hand there? Perhaps. Look. You see that? Anyway, I'm not gonna show any of these videos. I mean, look at that. That's disturbing. Serpentile. Art of Seduction. Oh yeah, great. Techno music. This is the first video that appeared. There's actually it's too seductive. I'm not going to play this. She's actually got a top off in that one. I don't recommend it. All right. Oh dear, Ike. Oh dear. I've got you now, mate. You know. What's going on? Yeah, you're one of them, aren't you? You're one of them. And here's a witch's influence, just like Lennon. It's the same situation with Lennon and Yoko Ono. Wow. This next one's laughable. Now, she seems a bit dappy, bless her, and I feel very sad for this woman, but still, what's she playing at? Ike's second wife, now divorced. We've got some worship going on, all this occult stuff on a website, and last but not least, telepathy with dolphins. Oh man, you can't make this stuff up. What on earth? Why does it not surprise me? One of Ike's wives. So here we are then on Ike's ex-wife's website, and the first thing I did when I came on here and looked down here, oh look, her lucid and mystical experiences. Well, there's an oxymoron if ever I did hear one. But yeah, you come on here, oh, magic is the art and science, blah blah blah, and we just scroll through here, and we've got all of this mystical madness. As soon as I said those words, a bolt of energy hit me so powerfully in the heart chakra area. Now, Ike has spoken of a similar experience that happened to him. I'll go over that some other time. But yeah, look at this. This one's funny. It was in a form of energy I understood as I felt it with the dolphins in Egypt. Yeah, right love. The telepathy with dolphins, as you do. Yeah, okay. And let's carry on. Yeah, it's very worrying when you see her saying stuff like this. It is time to listen to the voice within. Very worrying. And look at this. Our minds are opening to see. No, love, your mind is opening to see, and you've lost the plot, evidently. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this child here. It's freaky, man. And the eyes. Yeah. One thing you'll notice with a lot of these people is they look demented. I mean, you can see it. The God particle is everything. Alright, God's a particle now, is he? Right, okay. And then we've got the sun worship. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more here I could comment on, but I'm gonna just get straight to this. The heart of a sun look. And this is just blatant sun worship. It was the same sort of communication I had when in Egypt swimming with dolphins. What was being shared is not something I could even begin to speak using our language. The sun was talking to me. Right. Yes, okay, love. So, there we go. Magic. Admitted. I just want to make it absolutely clear that because David Icke and his witches admit to consulting spirits, which is forbidden, as you now know, they are involved in deceiving mankind with utter satanic garbage, despite how wonderful and elaborate it all seems. This then leads to insanity and eventually darkness, although it masquerades as the opposite. Thankfully, I have only scratched the surface of that darkness and will flee to the mountains with a trump if I am ever unfortunate enough to encounter anything like that, as many of you now know. But I have seen how evil and dark it all is, which is why it really disturbs me when I see people like Icke, who are involved in witchcraft, who are trying so hard to change the way people think about themselves and also reality. Remember who you are. Genius! Why didn't I think of something like that? Why did I never conceive of such a thought? I know, I think what you really mean, Icke, is open your mind, isn't it? Oh yes, open your mind and let the elves come in. Remember who you are. Very crafty. How can you still be unaware of how Satan is manipulating you with quotes like that? I ain't buying it, pal. People know who they are, Icke. They don't need you to suggest otherwise. Can you remember who you are? Or do you still think you're the son of God? With your witchcraft and lizard people? You gotta do a lot better than that. Where's your spiritual armour? Why aren't you even wearing it, but instead go dabbling with anything but the true word of God? You're wide open, man. You don't even know the basics. If you did, you never would have got involved in anything like this. And because you are, I can tell you now that God is not with you. At all. Quite the opposite, in fact, as I'm sure you're well aware. It's as I said in one of my previous Hillsong videos. You allow this. You evoke these evil spirits, and Satan's going to use you. The increasingly doubtful possibility that David Icke is so lost that he doesn't have a clue what he is doing is no excuse either, because of what he has been involved in. And now people like me have to clean up his mess. He's been on drugs to make contact with these entities, and he admits to that.
Then came the third stage, which started in 2003, when I had an ayahuasca experience in Brazil, and a voice talked to me for 5 hours about the nature of reality. Real clear, very funny, and mind-blowing and life-changing.
He also admits that he doesn't know who they are, but that he doesn't really care.
Well, I've been on a long journey of nearly 20 years now, consciously doing this, and some force has been pushing me in different directions through intuition, through urges. I just got to do this, I've just got to go there. As I've gone through this and followed it, and who the force is and they are, I don't know. I'm not really that interested, funnily enough, because I just go with it, and I'll remember what it's all about when I leave this
And
spacesuit.
he mentioned a very important keyword in one of his books that I was saving for the next video.
For me, this period that people call Atlantis and Lemuria and talk of great cataclysms and stuff like that, that was probably the time when the hacking happened. There was a vibrational shift in a direction of limitation. My feeling is that, first of all, we had a much greater expansion of awareness, visual awareness, hearing awareness. All the senses went much further out vibrationally, and therefore we could access far more. When this shift of limitation took place because of these cataclysmic events, you can clearly see in the biological and geological record that this happened, and of course you can see it in all the great flood and cataclysmic stories in all the native cultures around the world. When this happened, there was an energy deficit, and I feel that energy deficit is bridged by what we call food. You've got lions and all these different animals all over the world, right down to the insects level of life, that basically every day is a killing field just to survive, because they are taking in energy in a solidified form, that energy deficit, because of the energetic shift that took place.
That's brilliant.
This energetic flaw, this vibrational cataclysm was it took the state of this reality, vibrational state of this reality, from harmony to disharmony, right? Now, hey, we're now decoding harmony, love, peace, beauty. Suddenly there's a shift. Now we're decoding not that, we're decoding this.
While we're on the topic, I'd like to take this opportunity to question Icke's insane logic once again, whereby his fairy-taled Atlantis and its destruction would have had to predate all ancient civilizations all the way back to the Garden of Eden, where Adam and Eve were told by God that they could eat of the garden. This is an apple. Remember. Except the forbidden fruit, of course. And all moving thing that liveth shall be thy meat, except the blood. Yes, it was given us to eat, silly people. Or perhaps you would like to foolishly dispute God, who provided us with this food source. Plato's Atlantis story was written in the 3rd century BC. Not that the date matters, mind you, because it was a work of fiction. But let's just for argument's sake say that Plato's inspiration for the book came from esoteric passed down knowledge. Ooh. Perhaps it was Gnostic once again. Yes, it does look like Plato was involved in Gnosticism. Hence a made-up story, I suppose. And there is no mention of Atlantis prior to this time, by anyone, let alone anyone who may have predated the first man and woman on Earth. I wonder what scientists and historians would make of this quack theory, with evidence of agriculture and hunting dating back over 10,000 years. Oh dear, Ike. Did common sense just disprove your drug-inspired fictitious Atlantis delusion? Give us a wobble.
Decoding not that.
He's a wobbler.
We're decoding this.
I like scratch finger, mate.
Singing a song. They're singing a song.
Woe unto those that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness. And there is no such thing as a white witch or white magic, okay? It's all still magic. It's all still pagan, which leads to the same mischievous source. If you don't disapprove of this satanic filth, including Harry Potter, then you will be tormented by it. This is scripture. Evil will come upon you. Shouldn't that go without saying? And you shall not know from whence it riseth, or how to avert it. You think it's cool to go dabbling with highly volatile and dangerous mysticism, cursing victims by promulgating mythology and fiction as though it were gospel? Prepare to be cursed with the word, and the lingering demonic presence that will haunt you for the rest of your days. Foolish witches that summon the world's biggest liar for spiritual guidance. You just wasted your whole lives.